This is the Hyundai IONIQ 5, and this is the AutoExpress Car of the Year for 2021. But that's not all. This car is a 4 times award winner. We have named it Best Mid-Size Company Car, Best Premium Electric Car. Our readers have voted it the Design of the Year for 2021, plus the overall Car of the Year. So what are we looking for in a Car of the Year? Well, it's the best of the best. It's a car that sets new benchmarks within its class. It shifts the goalposts. This car doesn't so much shift the goalposts as put them on a whole new pitch altogether. So here's why we voted it Car of the Year for 2021. The IONIQ 5 story starts a couple of years ago at the Frankfurt Motor Show, where Hyundai's design boss, Sang-Yup Lee, showed me around a fantastic concept called Concept 45. Little did we know then, that was the car that previewed this, the IONIQ 5. And I have to say, a lot of the concept car thinking has transferred through to this car. And one of the things we like most about this car is the way it looks. It really does look very, very premium. Some wonderful design touches. My favorite bit here is these front lights. Now, these lights are LED and they're 256 different pixels within this fantastic treatment. Not only the lights themselves, but lights as chrome. Instead of having a traditional grille, you've got the lights doing that work. Now, proportionally as well, this car actually looks quite squat, and it's quite a clever design. When there's an electric car, you have to have batteries under the floor, and that can make them quite tall, but some of the clever little markings along the side, the slashes in the bodywork, actually don't make the car look as tall as perhaps it really is. There's some lovely details around the wheel arch, which I've never seen before. We love originality. The wheels, either 19 or 20 inch, aerodynamic as well. But for me, it's just the shape of the thing. It looks super, super cute. And if you like those lights at the front, let's have a look at the lights at the back. I'm a sucker for sci-fi, and I love these parametric pixel lights and the full width LED strip that accentuates the width of the car. You've got more slashes down here that mirror those along the side. It's all very, very modern, very minimalist. In fact, so minimalist, there's not even a wiper for the rear screen. Apparently the aerodynamics do the work of clearing the rear screen for you. Now, I like cool stuff, and this is really cool when you come to charge the car. Here's the charging flap just down here. Just press it in. And that's electric as well. Even plugging in your electric car is going to be cool. And on some models, it's electric. The boot's got to be electric, hasn't it? And as it opens up, it reveals a decent space. There's going to be plenty of room for most people's luggage or shopping, or even the dog in the back there. And if you look under here, oh look, there's somewhere handy to store your cables and a few other bits and pieces. Clever thinking. But as that shuts majestically, we don't only want to know what it's like in the boot. Should we have a look inside as well? Now, before I talk about this lovely lounge-like interior, a little bit about the technology under the skin. And it starts with Hyundai's new eGMP platform, which means Electric Global Modular Platform. Some very clever technology involved there. You can have 2 different types of batteries. You can have 58 kilowatt hour batteries or 73 kilowatt hour batteries. And what that means is 238 miles of range or 298 miles of range. And I have to be honest here, when Hyundai is talking about range, it tends to mean what it says, unlike some of its rivals. There's also super advanced 800 volt technology involved, and what that means is super fast charging at up to 350 kilowatts. What does that mean in the real world? Well, you can go from 10% charge up to 80% charge in about 18 minutes. Who said charging was going to take ages? In terms of choice, lots of different trim levels as you'd expect. You can read all about those, but you can have 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. The 4-wheel drive with the 73 kilowatt hour battery will get from 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. Yes. Now, let's have a look at some of the technology in the cabin, shall we? We've been really impressed by the style of the interior too, very minimalistic, and the quality is very good as you get in anything else in this class. Nice soft touch materials where you want them to be, some nice little metallic bits as well. Really impressive. Space-wise, it's good too. Hyundai have moved the heating and ventilation system under the bonnet. Let's be honest, nothing else going on there in this car, so you've got more space around your feet here. Headroom is good. There's plenty of storage space in the door bins, cup holders here, and a glove box. I love it, just slides out rather than drops down onto your legs. This central unit of storage will slide backwards and forwards, and there is a flat floor, the joys of an electric car with a battery system and motors just on the rear and the front axles. Means there's no transmission tunnel. Now if you sat in the back of a car and had to splay your legs out either side of the big tunnel, you won't have to do this in this car. It's flat. There's also a clever little space under there where you can actually plug your laptop in. I love the real widescreen experience you get here with two 12.3-inch screens. The one on the right is a touch screen. You can connect your phone, so you get the full widescreen Apple CarPlay or Android Auto experience, over-the-air updates for the existing map system. And if I look down over the windscreen there, I've got a head-up display which shows all the important information and some arrows, links to the navigation system, and it tells you which way to turn, so you really can't go wrong. There's a Bose sound system. There are 7 airbags in here. Really, it's as much technology as you could possibly hope for. The car will even drive itself to a degree up to level 2, which is again pretty much what you'll get anywhere else these days, and really just makes you relax on the motorway. Talking about relaxation, these are actually relaxation seats, so if you do find yourself stopping for a charge, you can just put the seat back and the footrest comes up, and it's all rather lovely, and it just makes you think, I wish it took a little bit longer to charge than just 18 minutes for 10 to 80%. Oh. Now, a car can't be car of the year unless it drives well, and yes, the IONIQ 5 does drive really well. The batteries are low down between the front and rear wheels, so the centre of gravity is low, and this car is pretty good through the corners. But also for a car on big wheels and tyres, it rides really well over our awful streets in the UK. And if you haven't driven an electric car before, you'll never tire of that instant burst of acceleration you get when you put your foot down. It's just great fun. Over the years, I've been lucky enough to name an awful lot of great cars Car of the Year. But I have to say, in all honesty, the Hyundai IONIQ 5 is one of my favourites. It truly is a well-deserved AutoExpress Car of the Year for 2021.